Hello guys, today we're going to talk about size. Size. The size tells us how small or big an object is from end to end. It tells us how much space an object takes up. Small, big. Look at the mouse and the elephant. Which one is small? Which one is big? Can you think of more things that are big? Can you think of more things that are small? We can compare the size of objects using these words: small, smaller, smallest, big, bigger, biggest. We can compare size of objects using these words: small, smaller, smallest. This is the smallest of the bunch. We can compare the size of objects using these words: big, bigger, biggest. Biggest of 3 or more, we use biggest because it's the biggest of them all. Look at the pumpkin. Which animals are smaller than the pumpkin? Smaller than the pumpkin. Which animals are smaller than the pumpkin? The worm and the snail are smaller than the pumpkin. Which animals are bigger than the pumpkin? Bigger than the pumpkin. The fox and the panda are bigger than the pumpkin. The fox and the panda are bigger than the pumpkin. Which animal is the smallest? The worm is the smallest. Which animal is the biggest? Which animal is the biggest? The panda is the biggest. Find the object that is smaller and bigger than the book. Smaller and bigger than the book. If they're smaller, you would put them in this section. If they're bigger, you would put them in this section. Is the bag smaller or bigger than the book? Is it smaller or bigger than the book? The bag is bigger than the book, which is why the book would fit inside the bag. Are the scissors smaller or bigger than the book? Ooh, you can't really tell because this picture looks about the same size. The scissors are smaller than the book. Is the pencil smaller or bigger than the book? Smaller or bigger than the book? The pencil is smaller than the book. Is the desk smaller or bigger than the book? The desk, is it smaller or bigger than the book? The desk is bigger than the book. Arrange the objects from smallest to biggest. So the smallest is going to be on this side and the biggest is going to be on this side. So the flower is the smallest, the bush is bigger, the cacti is getting bigger, and the tree is the biggest of the four. Drag the items to order them by size. Small, smaller, smallest. So the smallest of the three would be here. And I believe this is the bee is the smallest. And then the orange is smaller and the bird is small. Drag the items to order them by size. So the biggest would be the mountain is the biggest of them all. And then the store is bigger than the car is big. What do you guys think? Did I do that correctly? Now go to your paper, your binder. All about size. We're going to look at the objects in the box, in each box. Color the biggest picture. They say color the biggest picture. So you're only going to color which one? The biggest. So which one is bigger? Is the house bigger or the rocket bigger? Ooh, this is tricky. I think the rocket ship is bigger than the house. Ooh, maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. I think the rocket ship is bigger. What do y'all think? Oh, definitely the elephant is bigger than the mouse and the ant. So you only color the one that's bigger. So if you color any others, it's going to be what? It's not going to be a 100, right? All right, so look at each box and color the biggest picture. Okay, look at each box. Which one is the biggest? Okay, do your very best.